This video is brought to you by my eldest daughter who gave me the idea. Hey BookTube, it's Kim at Middle of the Book March, and today's video is based on an idea given to me by my eldest daughter, Amy, and we were talking about my channel, talking about the videos, and I was actually complaining about work because it's taking way too much of my personal time away from me and my energy. And she's like, Mom, you need some new ideas for videos. And we were kind of brainstorming, and this was one of the ones that she came up with, and I thought that's a really good idea. And this video is about the books that I've read that I think should be either movies or series on TV. And there's so many shows or movies that are developed from books, and some of them have been my favorites. One of them is Outlander, which runs on Stars, and I think the new season is coming out in November. It takes forever between seasons. That's one thing I hate about a lot of books, that contemporary books or contemporary series that stream, is it takes forever between one season and the next. So, but still, I really like it. And the other one is The Handmaid's Tale. Outlander's on Stars, I think, and The Handmaid's Tale is on Hulu. The Handmaid's Tale has gone far beyond the original book because it's only one book. Outlander is a pretty large series of multiple books, so there's a lot of material to work with. But these books, I have I don't know, 6 or 7 books on my lap here that I read that I would love to see adapted. Now, 2 of them are George Eliot books, but one of them, I have complained about this ad nauseum. Somebody needs to remake Middlemarch. The only adaptation I saw was a series, and it was done decades ago, and it was really, in my opinion, just very poorly done. It's very close to the book, but the characters, the actors, and the adaptation starts off with Tertius Lydgate's story. It needs to start off with Dorothea Brooke. And when you've got actors in their 30s that are playing teenagers, please just recast it. And I just did not like the acting. So please, somebody remake Middlemarch. And for that matter, Daniel Deronda, they both really need remakes. They were both series that, so I don't know, I still watched them. I still did watch them, but I really would love to see remakes of both of them. Now, this next George Eliot is Adam Bede. This is Eliot's first official novel. This came out after Scenes of Clerical Life, which is a collection of 3 novellas, but this is her first full-length novel. This has everything that would make a good movie. It has drama, family secrets, brooding characters, romance, love, crime, all kinds of stuff. And set in a provincial English town, it's a great book for a drama. Now, it could be a miniseries, it could be a series, it could very easily be, well, not very easily, but it could be a movie. But Eliot packs a lot in a book, and this one is not too short. My particular copy is 535-ish, 6-ish pages. So you could probably do a short miniseries on Adam Bede, but it really does have everything that would make a really good production. And with the talent and the quality of filmmaking these days, this could be spectacular. The next one is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I looked these up online, and I got the impression that this could have been produced into a movie or a series. I don't remember, but I don't think it has been. But I also think this would be exceptional as at least a movie. This is ultimately a story of love and relationship between Achilles and Patroclus. And cinematically, this could be gorgeous because you also have the iconic Trojan War. So you have all the battle scenes, you have the the horror of war. You have the cinematography, and the scope of these visuals could be spectacular. But then this would be a movie concentrating on the individuals. You've got Achilles and Patroclus, you've got gods and goddesses, and the trauma and the scandal in the Trojan War. And oh my gosh, this just could run away with some sort of award. But phenomenal book, loved it, and what a great movie or adaptation, or however. Honestly, some of the shorter books are good movies, but some of the chunkier books, really would deserve a series. And there's so many series of books or long books that have been made this way. Most of Jane Austen's novels have been made into series or films, depending on their length. And the Austen books have received so much attention, cinematography-ish. Now, what was I trying to say? They've received a lot of attention from movie makers, let's just make it simple, or series creators. And some of them are very good. Pride and Prejudice, great movie, great series. Sense and Sensibility, same thing, great series, great movie. Emma's had so many movie adaptations, but the miniseries is also extremely good. Actually, I prefer the miniseries. And then, Persuasion, the original Persuasion, there's actually a couple different Persuasions, and I don't remember the names of the actors, but the latest one with Dakota Johnson was abysmal, was awful. Don't watch that one. It was horrible, horrid. So, with so much attention that Austen's novels have gotten, let's go back to Eliot for a second. Eliot deserves a lot more attention from the BBC or Hollywood or whoever wants to produce something on screen. This next one is a very short book, and so it would make a great movie, but this is Tin Man. This is Tin Man by Sarah Winman. And this is the story of two young boys who knew that they loved each other, but they did not go on to form an adult relationship romantically. It is Ellis and Michael. They're 12-year-old boys when they first become friends, and for a long time it is just the two of them. Ellis eventually marries Annie, and Michael is nowhere in sight. So again, this is an exceptional opportunity for a relationship movie, a hidden love story, the ramifications of what becomes a triangle relationship between two men and one of their wives. What happens? It's so good. It was such a great book, and I keep visualizing the framing in movies or these series, or the visuals or the actors or actresses that would be in these types of productions. And I just think these would all make really good ones, really, really good ones. This would be a great series and could be a lot of fun. This is The Illumination of Ursula Flight by Anna Marie Crowhurst. This is also one of the physically most beautiful books that I own and have ever bought. Just the foil and the pictures. This is the story of Ursula Flight, who is a girl in, I'm not sure what the era is. Let me see if I can find that out. It is at least the 18th, if not 17th century, 1664, so 17th century. And she's a girl born in the 17th century. So of course she wasn't meant to be educated. She wasn't meant to do anything except marry and form a household and take care of her husband and subsequent children. But her father decides to educate her. And reading, writing, arithmetic, astronomy, and everything. She's a very smart, quick-minded young woman, but according to her mother, she needs to be married off. There's love, there is unwanted marriage, there is more scandal, there's intelligence, there's literacy, there's theater, romantic complications. It would make an awesome series. And whoever would be cast as Ursula Flight would have to be super sharp, funny, sarcastic, theatrical, and so many opportunities for a great production. I would love to see this as a series. The next one, it would have to be a series as well, because this is a very, very chunky book. One of my favorites of all time. This is a great book for a series on a retelling or a reimagining of a very well-known classic. And unfortunately, the page count in this book is 666. So I'm gonna go with 668, including the acknowledgments. I can't land on that number. This is Ahab's Wife by Sina Jeter Naslund. And it's a chunky book, so this would make a great series. This is a reimagining about the wife of Captain Ahab from Moby Dick fame. I loved this book. I want to reread it really badly, but because it's so long, I could definitely visualize such an excellent production. It says on the blurb, Captain Ahab was neither my first husband nor my last. This is Una Spencer, the triumphant hero at the center of Ahab's Wife. Really quickly, I'm going to read just a quick bit of it. Inspired by a brief passage in Moby Dick, Sina Jeter Naslund has created an entirely new universe, a vast, enthralling, and compellingly readable saga, spanning a full, rich, eventful, and dramatic life. In the soprano voice whose absence critics lamented in Moby Dick, the strong, intelligent voice of a woman whose life is dominated by the sea, Naslund tells many stories. Yep, oh my gosh. So much of movie making and Hollywood these days, I'm going to date myself, but these days take so much material from books or they remake previous movies. What's up with that? If we're going to take it from books, let's dig back a little further. Somebody needs to read some material that they immediately notice this would make an excellent adaptation. Let's look into that. So if more of Hollywood would read the books that I like, come on, let's do it. But yes, this would make a great series. The last one is a shorter book, would make a phenomenal movie. And I predict it's only a matter of time for James by Percival Everett. The retelling of the story of Jim from Huckleberry Finn. I said this in my Bookish Week video. You don't have to read Huckleberry Finn to read James. I'm now halfway through the book. It's still a 5-star book for me. No spoil. Well, maybe it is a spoiler because I will be talking about it this weekend in my Bookish Week wrap-up. But what a phenomenal movie this could make. It's short enough. It's a little over 300 pages, like just over. So I think it could be done really well in a long-ish movie. But Percival Everett's material is now being adapted way more often, which I absolutely love. I mean, the man has, dozens of books out there now. And finally, in my opinion, getting all of the attention that he deserves as an author. Just a phenomenal book. I would love to see that as a movie. There's so many more, and with the millions of books out there, the thousands of books that are released every year, there's so much opportunity for material. And I think of my favorite types of movies. Typically, if they're produced from a book, it's a drama or a high production movie. Obviously, the Lord of the Rings series. The Harry Potter series of movies, I watched every single one repeatedly. There's so many, Game of Thrones series, so many others that have done so well and are so fun to watch, or that are very true to the book. When a movie is made that is totally untrue from the book or redone in an abysmal way, Persuasion, I'm talking to you, it is such a letdown, it is such a disappointment. I thought of another one, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The original one, filmed in Swedish, I think is the best one. And I just saw pieces of the US produced version. But there's so many others I could name, but let me know if you read a book and you think to yourself, this would make a great movie. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any of those books that you feel like you would love to see produced. And let me know if you've seen any that you love or that you hate, that you think are awful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.